Former WWE superstar Braun Strowman has teased a big announcement on his official Instagram account. Braun Strowman was let go by WWE in June in what came as a surprise to most fans. The monster among men was the Universal Champion last year, and had defeated WWE Hall of Famer Goldberg for the belt. Strowman has been updating fans on his whereabouts via his Instagram account ever since his release. In his latest story, Braun Strowman had a message for his fans. The former Universal Champion teased a big announcement, seemingly in regards to his career. Braun Strowman's arrival on the main roster was well received by the WWE Universe in 2015, and he quickly established himself as a monster heel. Strowman's run with the Wyatt family was followed by a single stint that saw him take on some of WWE's biggest names like Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Strowman's loss to Brock Lesnar at No Mercy 2017 was a big blow to his push, taking into account the fact that it took Lesnar a single F5 to finish him off. It took a while for Strowman to recover from the loss. He challenged Goldberg for the Universal title at WrestleMania 36, and went on to put him down at the Show of Shows to win his first and only major belt. It was recently reported that WWE is interested in bringing Braun Strowman back, and here's what Dave Meltzer of One had to say about it. There is interest in bringing Strowman back, especially after recent AEW signings. Braun has been silent about his next move ever since his release from WWE, but it looks like he is about to spill the beans about his future. What do you think Braun Strowman has in store for the fans? Do you believe that he is on his way back to WWE? Or will he sign with a new promotion? Share your comments below. Former NXT North American Champion Bronson Reed wants to work with Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. Earlier this month during WWE Money in the Bank 2021, Bronson Reed reacted to a tweet from Universal Champion Roman Reigns, teasing that he wanted to join him and the Bloodline. Speaking with the Sportster's Denise Salcedo, Bronson Reed mentioned that while he wouldn't be against aligning himself with the Bloodline, he would also be interested in fighting the trio. Well, I think a lot of people online fantasy book that. So I just like to feed their ego a little bit, laughs, stir the pot a little bit, but I would not be against aligning myself with those guys. I've met them, they are someone that I feel I can definitely work with, but at the same time I wouldn't be against fighting those guys as well, said Bronson Reed. Roman Reigns has been ruling the roster of SmackDown for nearly a year now as the Universal Champion. The Tribal Chief was looking set to face the returning John Cena in the main event of SummerSlam 2021. However, WWE added a major twist to the angle last week on SmackDown as Roman Reigns declined John Cena's challenge. Finn Balor then came out to the ring and laid down a challenge of his own, which the Universal Champion accepted. No one saw this twist coming and fans are now excited to see where this angle goes from here. The common belief is that Roman Reigns will face Finn Balor before SummerSlam, and then later accept John Cena's challenge. But some fans also think that WWE could be planning to book a triple threat match between the three at WWE SummerSlam 2021. As for the Usos, they won the SmackDown Tag Team Championship from Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio at WWE Money in the Bank 2021. The two teams are still feuding with each other, and we might see a rematch between the two at WWE SummerSlam 2021. Comment down, and let us know your thoughts on the current run of the Bloodline as a heel faction on SmackDown. Would you like to see Bronson Reed join them, or go up against them? Sasha Banks hasn't been seen in a WWE ring since her loss at WrestleMania 37. The former SmackDown Women's Champion lost her title to Bianca Belair at the Show of Shows. Fans have been waiting for the highly anticipated return of the Boss for quite some time. However, Banks has been absent from television as WWE Creative has decided to keep her away from the title. The Boss is due a title rematch, and fans are expecting to see her return just in time for SummerSlam. It looks like fans will get to see Sasha Banks make her return soon, as she will be appearing at a live event in the BOK Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Her return is being advertised on the official website of the arena. WWE is back on the road with John Cena, for one night only. See your favorite SmackDown superstars at BOK Center on Friday, August 13th. Lineup includes SmackDown Universal Champion Roman Reigns, SmackDown Women's Champion Bianca Belair, Rey Mysterio, Sasha Banks and many more. According to the website, Sasha Banks will be present at the Tulsa House show at the BOK Center, scheduled for August 13th. Fans will surely be excited to see the former champion make her return. Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair put on a heck of a performance at WrestleMania 37. The two women made history as they became the first women of African American descent to main event a WrestleMania. The match saw both women showcase their talents. the EST eventually came out on top as she defeated Banks for the SmackDown Women's Championship. 3 months later, Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair made headlines once again as they won the ESPY for WWE Moment of the Year. The WWE Universe will be looking forward to many more breathtaking moments to come when Sasha Banks finally makes her return to WWE. In the aftermath of this week's edition of Monday Night Raw, Natalya took to Twitter to provide an update on her injury. In a recent tweet, the reigning WWE Women's Tag Team Champion thanked everyone for their kind messages after Raw. Natalya also wrote that there are beatings that one can plan for and some that one cannot prepare for. However, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champion is willing to give her absolute best and put everything on the line to continue to do what she loves. Natalya concluded her tweet by making a bold statement, as she wrote that she is unbreakable. Natalya was involved in a tag team match this week on Raw against the team of Eva Marie and Doudrop. However, she wasn't involved in the finishing stages of the match. The current WWE Women's Tag Team Champion was forced to tag out of the contest and her partner Tamina secured the victory for the team. After the contest, Natalya was also helped to the back. Natalya has been teaming up with Tamina for quite some time now. Earlier in the year, the duo formed a tag team and put the division on notice. After a few months together as a team, Natalya and Tamina finally earned the opportunity to win the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships at WrestleMania 37. However, at the grandest stage of them all, the pair failed to beat Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler for the tag team titles. Fast forward to May and the duo finally defeated Jax and Baszler on SmackDown to win the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Despite starting as a heel pairing, Natalya and Tamina turned babyface after winning the tag team straps. The pair thanked the WWE Universe for cheering them on and also thanked their families, which led to their face turn. Bray Wyatt was recently spotted by a fan and seems to be in great shape. The fan took a picture which was first posted on the Twitter account Fiending for Followers and shows Bray. Although the original source of the picture is still unconfirmed, it seems like he is standing in a supermarket alongside a fan. Nonetheless, from the looks of it, Bray Wyatt has been working out extensively during his current hiatus from WWE. It would be intriguing to see how he fits back into the roster once he returns. Bray Wyatt's latest WWE feud was against Randy Orton, which went on for over 5 months. The rivalry culminated at WrestleMania in April this year in a match between the two. The encounter didn't last long as just a few minutes into the match, the Fiend got distracted by Alexa Bliss who emerged out of a giant jack-in-a-box at ringside. The momentary distraction was enough to give Orton enough time to recuperate, connect with an RKO and pick up the win. Instantly following the match, lights went out at Raymond James Stadium and by the time they came back, Bliss and Wyatt had disappeared. On the following episode of Raw, Bray Wyatt addressed the audience from the Firefly Funhouse and said that he was going to have a fresh start. He has since not been seen on WWE TV. According to a recent report, there is still uncertainty and no set date on which Wyatt will return to WWE programming. What do you think of Bray Wyatt's absence from WWE? Share your thoughts in the comments section below.